Dearly beloved listeners, today we are going to look at poetry number 15, titled, What You Allow to Control You Becomes Your Manager. The clarifying story goes this way. Mrs. Benedicta Okigbo was in deep thoughts as she cooked in the kitchen as usual. Was this her fate? Was this what she had bargained for in her marriage life? She had been warned indeed, but she would not listen. This was why she could not report him to her family members, who now mocked her openly. Then she heard his footsteps. The normal joy we should feel any happily married woman on her husband's arrival from work was simply non-existent in her case. She did not even turn her head when he entered. She only kept staring the pot with mechanic numb. Kofi Okigbo staggered home as usual, to his disillusioned wife's distaste. She sighed heavily on sight of him. When would God ever answer her prayers? She had spoken to her husband in vain and dragged him to their pastor to no avail. Would he fear his work manager? Perhaps he would. She therefore took the decision to reach his work manager and rather embarrass him to change than think she was protecting their dignity only to lose him to death through his own drunkenness. They had 3 lovely children who were all brilliant academics. Their father's life was, however, a disincentive in the whole equation. She would not give him rest so long as he too would not give the family mental peace. The next morning, as Kofi was at work, his manager sent for him. He was surprised to see his wife in the manager's office. The manager asked him to take a seat, which he did with cautious slowness while staring askance at his unsmiling wife. What had brought her there? He was soon to know. His manager asked him to tell him who he, the manager, was. Kofi said he was their manager. The manager told him that he could not be his manager as long as he had another manager. For some time now, they had noticed too many lapses in his work and reports about him blowing his fuse, even early in the morning, had already reached management. Therefore, he was being advised to choose one manager since he could not serve 2 masters at the same time. He would go home on suspension for 2 weeks, after which he would decide whom to serve, the drink or his work manager. With demonstrative communication skills, Kofi was helped to understand that whatever controls you is your manager. The drink was therefore his manager. Only then did Kofi understand that whatever controls you is your manager. He went on suspension, and by the time he returned, he had decided to have only one manager. His drinking habit was chucked out, and his wife became one of Earth's happiest women. Is there any bad habit controlling you? Remember, you are not to be the tail, but the head. Let only the desire for great deeds control you. God bless you.